Hello everyone. Welcome to Physical Science Survey 1. My name is Dr. Craig Carrigy and I'll be your instructor for this course. Patterns of motion and equilibrium. Section 1.1. Aristotle on motion. Aristotle was an ancient Greek philosopher who lived around 350 BC. He was one of the first people to really ponder and think about why things move and what causes them to do that. So Aristotle was a thinker. He thought that motion could be separated into two different groups. The first type of motion was known as natural motion, and it was motion that objects had because of the way that they were. So things like smoke, which is lighter or appears lighter, floats away. Things like rocks, which are bigger and heavier, they fall to the ground. And they do those things naturally. The lighter objects float, heavier objects fall. The second type of motion that Aristotle thought of is what was known as violent motion. And violent motion occurred when you pushed or you pulled on something. You did something to cause it to move. Because of these thoughts, Aristotle came to a couple conclusions. First, he thought that objects that were heavier would fall faster than objects that were lighter. And in general, if that's what you observe when you see things fall, so in general, this would be true, or would appear to be true. And then second, he thought that objects that were pushed or pulled in that violent motion, those things had to be continually pushed or pulled, or else they wouldn't be able to keep moving. Right? So that's also kind of how things appear to you. Right? If you roll a ball across the floor, eventually the ball stops. If you slide anything across the floor, eventually it stops. And so Aristotle thought that you had to constantly be pushing it or else it would stop. Now, even though both of those things are the way that we observe motion, neither of them are correct. Aristotle observed things that he thought were true, but he never did anything to find out if they were true. He never tried to determine if there was a way to show that that was true. And there were some relatively easy ways. But no one really thought to look into this, and it took about 2,000 years before someone did.